Good evening. My name is Jack Dearborn, Chairman of the Weare Zoning Board of Adjustments. This evening, we have one case. This is Tuesday, March 7th, 2023 at 7:30 p.m. at the town office. One case, case number 05-2023. It's a variance for Article 28.9. Applicant, Gutter Dunn LLC, owners Carl and Jessica Bailey. Owner's address the same as 10, the address of the applicants where they live is 10 Samuels Court, Dumbarton, New Hampshire. Location of the property in question is 701 Concord Stage Road, tax map 403003 lot. Applicant is seeking permission for the current driveway and proposed access to the rear of the property encroaches upon a newly designated wetland buffer. Okay, we have a check sheet. We have a application done. We have looks like a tax map. We have the 5 points of hardship with various maps. Abutters, this is 5 points of more, 5 points of hardships. Signed application, excerpts of the wetland zoning articles. A property card for the assessor's office, both pages. We have a picture of view from 77 onto the property. Looks like two pictures from the road of the property. A swale with looks like six inch crushed stone draining off the property, and that's the area in question. Yeah, okay. So basically, that's an existing swale that was put in, rock line. Okay, for this evening's meeting, Mark, can you introduce yourself?
Mark Moretti, member.
Michael Meyer, member.
Malcolm Wright, member.
Thank you. I'm going to seat these members for the board tonight to hear the case 05-2023. All righty. Last time you withdrew a couple special exceptions and came back for a variance. We'll have to do the whole presentation again, but I won't go through how we go through the meeting because there's only one applicant. You guys heard it before and there's nobody else here, so. With that, motion to accept the application.
Move to accept case 05-2023.
Second that.
Thank you. Discussion? Being none? All in favor? Mark?
Aye.
Jack, aye.
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 Thank you. 4-0. Who would like to get up and do the presentation? Throw her under the bus.
All the work, all
There you
the
go.
paperwork, and I know what we want to do.
Don't want to interrupt that. Yeah.
She's done such a great job.
So you're gonna save her in case something happens.
Yeah.
I'm Jessica Bailey.
As I mentioned, would you please read the bolded question? Read your answer, please.
Sure.
I think I gotta
Let
go
me get to the
back
right
further
page
here,
here
don't I?
first.
So this, yeah.
Before we start, just for the benefit, so this picture here one of these pictures.
They're the back 4 pages.
No, I want the diagram.
Oh, sorry.
Next one, I think, is what you're looking for.
Yeah, where's that?
It's right after that one.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. So where is, so does a map here delineate the areas you're gonna disturb? Or,
Yes.
or the wetland and the area you're gonna disturb?
So the pink area here is the area that it will encroach.
Did
So
he-
it's, this line right here
Yep.
is the area that,
So,
from there to your right is the area that would encroach. So this is the driveway, proposed driveway area.
is that a
Back.
blow-up of this?
Yes.
Okay,
it is.
so-
I tried to make it easier to see.
Okay, so I will, for the purpose of discussion, this is the AC Engineering Consultants. The stamps there, I can't read the date, but, so, the point of this is, on this,
323.
323 feet?
No,
The date.
the date.
Oh,
The state
Oh,
stamp,
okay.
stamp date.
he didn't say how many feet, right?
I believe they asked for 10 in the application.
It is there. So I can
Yeah.
show you.
That's 10 foot.
That's what they're asking.
How many feet of, in the buffer?
Oh,
So if you look, it's, so it's 25 feet
Sure.
for the buffer. And from our road to here would be 15, and from the road to that edge would be 13. So 13 and 15 of it would remain
So-
of the 25.
So, how do we,
Does that make sense?
well, it does, but,
Okay.
generally when we define a variance on a buffer, we usually say no closer than,
Does it say in the
I was
notes
gonna say
somewhere,
in my-
maybe?
yeah. Do you have an actually big copy?
I believe I did the math already and figured it out, and I have it in one of my answers.
Okay. I'm just looking to see if it was on the print. Do you have a copy of the big print?
Of the large, like not with me.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, usually what they say, so many square feet, no closer than X. you
Yeah.
know, But it's hard to find it here, it's not big, so basically we'll say, I'll figure it out by the time we get there, I just wanna know if we
I'm
have that
sorry.
information.
You got the dimensions on the first page here.
Yeah, but do they tell how many square feet?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's what
11
I
and a
was
half
trying to.
feet
No,
On one side and 9.4 on the other.
Right,
11
that's how much,
Yeah.
is the
that's how much
most.
of the actual buffer will be intruding on.
Encroached.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So I guess the maximum that we would be asking for is the 11.5 total.
Not to exceed 11 and a half feet.
you're just asking for square footage? Is that,
I was, I'm trying to figure out a way of define.
Hard to get the square footage of
Yeah,
that.
well, we
yeah, it's
can't,
curved
because
line.
It's not there, you'd have to, okay.
Yeah, so if you said it doesn't encroach more than 12 feet, we can
So,
absolutely.
we'll define it this way then, I just wanted to make sure we get in there,
Okay.
okay? Okay, very good. Read the bolded question.
I gotta
and
get back to
your
the right
answer.
page, sorry. Okay. The variance will not be contrary to public interest. Do you want me to read the whole thing or just that bolded part? Okay,
The bolded of the question
okay.
and your answer.
The variance will not be in contrary to the public interest. The variance will not be contrary to the public interest because the area in question has previously been altered and is no longer in its natural occurring state. The wetlands area is found within a lot or grass lawn area, and the typical vegetation wildlife habitats that exist in a naturally occurring wetland does not currently exist within the proposed disturbance area. Because of this, the encroachment within the wetland buffer will have little to no environmental impact.
2,
Please describe how the spirit of the ordinance is observed. In the spirit of the wetlands ordinance and public interest, which is to protect and preserve the wetlands areas, The property owners will counteract the encroachment by planting native vegetation species along the designated wetlands area in an effort to restore the natural buffer that is not currently present. This will aid the natural growth and protection of the wetlands area. Please describe how sustaining justice is done. Safety of the general public and visitors Safety of the general public and visitors is the concern and focus of our request. It is the intent of the new owners to develop the property in such a way that public safety and accessibility are both achieved. Locating the property's driveway and rear access to the right of the existing well, and you can see that in the pictures, will allow for direct access for delivery trucks to the rear of the property without the need to travel through the customer parking lot. It will also allow for handicap parking space with easy access to the proposed wheelchair ramp. Due to the left sloping elevation of the land, it would be very difficult to access the wheelchair ramp from the left side of the front door. Please describe how the values of surrounding properties are not diminished. The proposed use would not diminish surrounding property values. The improvements and developments of the property will likely increase the value of the surrounding commercial properties and likely increase the value of the property itself. In turn, this will likely increase the tax income for the town of Weare. Literal enforcement of the provisions of the ordinance would result in an unnecessary hardship. The property is underdeveloped as a commercially zoned property. It is surrounded by other well-established businesses. The land has a natural slope to the left, and the wetland area is marked along the front right side of the property. It is the new owner's intent to develop the property and the land to match its neighbors and to nurture the town of Ware's desire to encourage the diversification of the town's economic base by promoting commercial endeavors to locate in Weare and therefore increasing the local services while making a valuable contribution to the town's tax base. Not granting the variance would result in having to relocate the ADA parking further from the main entrance. Due to the existing slopes on the property, maintaining an ADA parking requirements would be difficult and result in steeper grades within the area, the accessway and parking lot. This would create a less safe environment for both vehicles and pedestrian traffic. I guess this is part 2 of that?
Aye.
Okay. Because the property is currently undeveloped, because it's a subdivision, as a commercial property, there is no current relationship to the general public. By permitting the encroachment, it will allow for safe access and handicap accessibility by the general public to the local services offered by the new business. The proposed impact to a previously human disturbed wetlands buffer is minimal and will be offset by planting native vegetation and allowing an area to regenerate and to a natural buffer. The next section. It is the intent of the new owners to develop the property so it is welcoming and safe for visitors, as well as being aesthetically pleasing with proper curb appeal. When the natural left slope of the land and current location of the existing drive is taken into account, it is reasonable to request a variance for the low intensity encroachment on the wetland buffer in order to ensure a natural flow and provide a safe option for both delivery vehicles and visitors and customers. The acceptance of the variance will also allow for a safe, proper designated area for handicap parking and safe access to the proposed wheelchair ramp. The end.
Thank you. Any questions of the applicant for it?
I just have a quick question. I don't know if I heard right. As far as number 5A, it says, your answer was about the ADA parking requirements. Is that because of the slope? Is it a cost?
Yeah, and how, it's definitely a cost thing. Right now, the slope is, if we put the parking on the right side like we're proposing, it naturally goes into where
I
we
see.
need to do it. It's literally a 5-foot difference between where we're proposing to put it and where we would
Okay.
have to put it if it, you know, it
Okay.
would be very difficult.
I see. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Would you have a seat, please?
Sure.
At this point, I'm going to ask for approving abutters. I see none. Disapproving abutters, I see none. Public at large, I see none. Other boards, I see none. You wish to make another statement?
Well, one of the it's on my phone, sorry. Pardon me for 1 second, let me get it. So, Brian, Ivan Jack texted me today, who is the abutter that
77 Weare.
77 Motors to the right of us, or, yeah, right of us. Our plan was to attend, but we are in Florida taking care of my dad. Just found out he has, I'll just say medical issues. But we support this 100%. You can throw out our names as the Ivan Jack and tell them our situation.
Thank you. Again, there's no approving abutters, disapproving abutters, public at large, or other boards. At this point, I'm going to close the public hearing. At this point, Article, prong 1, please.
Move to accept prong 1.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Second. Discussion? The ordinance has a rather lengthy wetland section, article. But this property has already been sort of disturbed over its lifetime. I think it was originally developed in the 60s. Messner, I believe the name was. And I don't know when it's been upgraded or whatever, but somebody took the time to rock in the area that actually has the water flow. So, you're not disturbing that, you just want to meet the encroachment, so I think this is a reasonable, request.
I would agree with that. Like you said, the ordinance is pretty strict about wetlands, but the intent, I think, there is to maintain them. This is essentially a yard from the pictures, and the owners have proposed to essentially return it back to a wetland and make it more wetland-like than it currently is or would be, so I think this is well within the intent.
Yeah, mentioning the plantings to help promote it, it sounds reasonable.
Okay, being no more discussion, all those in favor? Mark?
Aye.
Jack? Aye.
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 Welcome, Mike. 4-0.
Move to accept prong 2.
Thank you.
Second that.
Thank you, and as far as the spirit of ordinance is, I don't see this conflicting with the general purpose of the ordinance. It's to preserve wetlands. This is not going into the wetlands, it's accessing into the buffer. And I think the minimal impact is being made by this implementations of this plan that the wetland scientists came up with. So,
Yeah, considering the previous history of the property.
any others? All in favor? Mark?
Aye.
Jack, aye.
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 Thank you.
Move to accept prong 3.
Second that.
discussion. Substantial justice, I think it certainly will be done for the applicant, because going through the other access around the other side of the house, there's a well issue, a significant fill, and probably retaining wall required. And I think it just flows a lot better on this side of the property, the way it's designed.
Yeah, visibly, it'll be more attractive, even if money was put into, yeah. Yeah, I think it's a curb appeal thing as well.
Agreed.
No more discussion? Mark?
Aye.
Jack, aye? Mike?
Aye.
No.
Aye.
Move to accept prong 4.
Second? Sorry.
I don't see this having any effect on the surrounding properties. This doesn't mean a dollar, this means a major impact. Just based on the face of it, I don't think that's the case.
It will improve the surrounding
I
property.
think it'll surround it as well, improve it.
Yep.
No more discussion? Mark?
Aye.
Jack, aye? Mike?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And 5 is in entirety.
Move to accept prong 5 in its entirety.
Second that.
Again, it gets down to basically 3 issues. One is the, owing to the special conditions to the property. I think unfortunately the wetland is there as a result of earlier development, and the only reasonable access for life and safety, being able to drive around there without being encroaching too close to the building. As well, this is it would be an unnecessary hardship to the property should this be rejected. And I don't think it's an issue.
I think the effort the applicants have put into it shows, and it's professionally done. This isn't a poorly arranged situation.
Ultimately, I mean, this is a commercial property, and there are expectations that come with a commercial property. And you guys are just trying to live up to those expectations with the ADA compliant parking and those things like that, and that's just part of the property being commercial.
No further discussion? Excuse me. All in favor? Mark?
Aye.
Jack, aye. Mike?
Aye.
Malcolm?
Aye.
You have your variance.
So is it, no closer than?
Oh, no closer than 11.5 feet.
That she indicated on it, okay.
The map, and I would reference the one you can't read, that's the one with the stamp. It's the AC Engineering and Consulting. You had a date for that?
2/10/23, I think.
Okay, thank you. And it's stamped by the soil scientist. Okay. No further, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay, we have minutes for January 10th, 2023.
Next one.
Motion to accept January, if you're ready.
Move to accept January 2023 meeting minutes.
Second?
Second?
Discussion? Hearing none? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? 4-0. February?
Was that as written, Jack?
As written.
As written.
That's what I went.
Yeah. February 7th, 2023 minutes, motion to accept,
Move to accept February 7, 2023 meeting minutes.
second. Any
So-
discussion, need more time to read?
One sec.
Ready?
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Huh?
Yeah, aye.
Who's second?
4-0.
I second it.
It was a delay on the voting. Very good.
So your next meeting is April 4th. Right now you have 2 cases and a extension for variance.
Okay. Motion to
Move to
adjourn.
adjourn.
Second.
Flip the switch, please.
Hang on, hang on.
Naomi's gonna do her thing.